Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Grab a seat, buckle in, because today we're diving into something big, and I mean really big. We're talking about the monster that's shaking up the Street Outlaws scene, the 144 ProCharger on Speed Promotions Racing. And trust me, this isn't just another bolt-on go-fast part. This is the kind of power booster that makes engines scream, racetracks quake, and fans go absolutely wild. Now let me take you back to a moment that got me seriously thinking. I was watching Shawn Ellington, the man behind Murder Nova, testing his setup with the massive 144 ProCharger on the 187 Customs YouTube channel. And man, what a sight it was. You could feel the car itching to rip the pavement apart just from watching your screen. But here's the twist. He still hadn't gone faster than he did with the 140 yet. Sounds crazy, right? Bigger should mean better, more power, more speed. But it's not that simple. Let's unpack that. The 144 ProCharger isn't exactly new. This beast made its first waves back in 2022 when Ryan Martin strapped it on for a few races. Back then, the rules weren't clamping down on how big a ProCharger. You could run, so Ryan went for it. And now, Ryan's back on it again. And from what we're hearing, he's not alone. A lot of ProCharger racers are likely making the same switch, chasing that edge. Those few tenths, those extra horses, that tiny bit of advantage that could make or break the win light. But is it worth it? That's the million-dollar question. Now, Shawn said something in his video that really stuck with me. He mentioned how the bigger ProCharger takes more power to drive and creates more heat. And let me tell you, he's not lying. The 144 might give you 150 more horsepower, but it's like carrying a heavier toolbox. You've got more tools, but you're also more tired carrying them around. The 144 might deliver that extra punch, but it's not doing it efficiently. And that matters. Because in this game, every bit of heat, every drop of efficiency, and every ounce of drag counts. If you're spending more horsepower just to spin that blower, then what's left for the tires? And this brings us to a wild twist. What if the smaller 140 is actually the smarter play? Hear me out. The 140 is an insanely efficient ProCharger. It's lighter on the motor, easier to cool, and easier to manage. Now couple that with a little nitrous shot and boom, you're right there with the 144 guys, maybe even ahead. It's like trading a heavyweight boxer for a lean, mean street fighting machine. You'll start seeing more guys spraying these ProChargers with nitrous just to cool down that intake air, which, by the way, gets hot with these big blowers. That extra shot of cold? It's not just a temperature thing, it's a power play. Let me give you some racing history for context. Remember the final race of NPK Season 5? Ryan Martin faced off with Jim Howe in the first round. Both were on 36-inch tires. Jim? He was running 98% overdrive on a 140 ProCharger. Ryan? He had the 144. Guess what happened? Jim drove away from Ryan. Just left him. Why? Because raw size isn't everything. Execution matters. Efficiency matters. Tuning, managing heat, overdrive, traction. It's a cocktail of precision, and as much as we love raw power, it's the driver and crew who make it count. Now, throw in this wrench. Screw blowers are running unlimited overdrive this season. That's right, 128% overdrive if they want it. That's straight-up madness. Screw cars are about to unleash a new level of insanity on these not-so-prepped tracks. And that's where the real challenge lies. These tracks, they aren't always ready for that kind of power. Sure, on paper, a 144 ProCharger with nitrous and a lockup converter should tear the paint off the asphalt. But when the rubber hits the road, especially a bare, slippery, no-prep surface, all that power can turn into smoke, spin, and frustration. Let's zoom in on why this shift to the 144 matters so much. You see, when you're at the level these no-prep kings racers are at, you're already squeezing every ounce of performance out of your setup. So when a new ProCharger comes to the table offering even just a sliver more power, people jump on it like it's the last slice of pizza at the party. But that sliver can come with a heavy price tag. In tuning headaches, in track conditions, and in engine wear. And here's what people don't always talk about. Traction is king on no-prep tracks. You can have all the horsepower in the world, but if you can't get it to the ground, it's just noise and tire smoke. That's why the efficient delivery of power, like you get from the 140, can often outshine raw output, especially when you factor in things like weather, altitude, and surface temperature. But don't get it twisted. The 144 is a beast when it hooks. It's a brute force power adder that in the right conditions can shove a car down the track like it got kicked by a rocket. When it comes together perfectly, oh baby, you're looking at career best passes. That's the thrill of the gamble, right? You might blow the tires off, or you might set a new track record. High risk, high reward. Now let's talk nitrous, because this is where the mad scientists really shine. Racers aren't just using nitrous for power anymore, they're getting creative. Spraying the intake, chilling the charge air, or even controlling cylinder temp in ways that give them surgical control over their power delivery. It's not just spray and pray anymore, this is next-level race engineering happening under the hood. And guess what? With the bigger ProChargers like the 144 generating all that heat, cooling becomes your best friend. If you can tame the heat, you can unlock the true potential of this supercharger. Otherwise, you're just dealing with hotter air, higher intake temps, and slower ETs. That's why teams are investing in bigger intercoolers, advanced cooling strategies, and high-flow methanol systems. Now here's something a lot of fans overlook: the mental game. Switching to a 144 ProCharger isn't just a mechanical decision, it's a psychological one. It changes how you approach race day. You have to tune differently, test more often, rethink your timing curves, and boost ramps. It demands more from you, your tuner, and your whole crew. It's not just more power, it's more pressure. Let's not forget what this does to the competition. When one racer makes the switch and starts getting results, everyone else feels it. The pits buzz, phones light up, data logs get reread, and suddenly every team is questioning if they need to make the jump. It's a domino effect, and before you know it, the whole ProCharger camp starts shifting gears. And it's not just the ProCharger guys feeling the heat. The screwblower teams? They're sitting pretty with no overdrive limits and insane top-end potential. They're watching this 144 ProCharger revolution like hawks. And if they dial in their combo just right, they might just widen the gap. Or will the ProCharger camp rise to the challenge and finally start matching screw cars in consistency and power? You can see why this season's shaping up to be one of the most explosive and unpredictable we've ever seen. On paper, screw blowers look unbeatable, but street racing, especially no prep, has a way of humbling even the best setups. It's not about dyno sheets and power curves. It's about execution when the light drops. So here's the takeaway, friends. Whether you're Team 140 or Team 144, screw blower or ProCharger, the game has changed. This isn't just about bolting on a new part. It's about leveling up everything. Your tune, your mindset, your strategy. The racers who adapt fastest will rise. The ones who chase horsepower without understanding it, they'll fall behind. So my question to you is this: which setup would you run? Are you putting all your chips on the monstrous 144 and hoping to hook? Or are you rolling smart with a 140 and cooling it down the sneaky way? Drop a comment below. Let's talk shop. And if you loved this deep dive into the baddest boost setups on Street Outlaws, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more high horsepower content coming your way. Until next time, keep the throttle wide and the rubber side down.